Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. We are from Group 2. We'll present a topic with the title, The Use of Regional Dialect in the Classroom. And this is a member of Group 2. There is Nisa, Qolbun, Khalif, and Nabila. For the first material will be delivered by me. Introduction of Regional Dialect. A regional dialect is a variety of a language that is spoken in a specific geographical area. It encompasses unique vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammatical structure that distinguish it from other dialects of the same language. For example, the Japanese language has several regional dialects, such as Standard Japanese, East Japanese, and Banyumasan, each with distinct linguistic features. The next, use of regional dialect in the classroom. Using regional dialect in the classroom is a topic that involves the integration of regional language variation in the learning process. Next, cases. The use of regional dialects such as difference between American and British accent has significant relevance in the classroom educational context. By integrating this dialect in learning, students can understand different varieties of English and improve their communication skill. For example, the introduction of different vocabulary and pronunciation, such as color in American and color in British, can help students adapt to various social and cultural contexts. Additionally, understanding these differences can also overcome stigma against certain dialects, encouraging appreciation for linguistic diversity. Therefore, teaching accent differences not only enriches the learning experience but also prepares students to interact effectively in multicultural society. The next material will be delivered by Nabila. For Nabila, time is yours.
Alright, for the next is the authentic example of the topic. We use the English textbook for 7th grade entitled English for Nusantara. So we choose this section 6. It is a worksheet of listening skills. This section is discussing about the introduction. So there are 3 students are introducing themselves in this comic. So the first thing we analyze that the comic takes place in a school environment, so it is focusing on casual conversation among the students, and it reflects on an informal settings conversation. And then the structure and formality may reflect language influenced by local dialects or translations from Indonesian into English. So for example, how are you? Nice to meet you. What are you doing? It's basically the simple or the common phrases that we use in dialect conversation, whether it is in Indonesian or English conversation. And then the formal nature of introduction and the respectful tone may be linked to Indonesian cultural norms even when speaking in English. So this could reflect how English is taught in informal settings with an emphasis on politeness and respect. So it means that the formal nature or the formal settings in Indonesian, which means the politeness, we also familiarize it with the conversation in English. So it can be concluded that this section or this conversation in the comic, in the textbook, it's basically using the daily information or the daily conversation. So it means they're using the basic or the common phrases. And then for the dialect itself, whether it is American or British, we usually using or pronouncing with an American accent. So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Alright, so the next one is about rationale. There are 3 points in rationale. The reason why this case use framework from Spradley. The first one is Introduction to Spradley's Framework. Spradley in 1980 framework is an ethnographic method focused on understanding cultural and linguistic patterns. It emphasizes the importance of participant observation, key informant interviews, and analysis of language within cultural settings. The next one is about relevance to regional dialect study. Regional dialects are deeply embedded in the cultural context of specific communities. Spradley method helps to capture the nuanced ways dialect influence communication and identity in the classroom. The last point is alignment of case and framework. The case is the integration of regional dialect in education explores how dialect can enhance language learning and student engagement. And the framework fit is Spradley approach is well suited for this case as it explores language use in cultural context, crucial for understanding the role of regional dialect in education. That's all from me. Thank you.
Right. The next is pedagogical implication. There are 3 points. First, as language teacher, second, as language student, and third, as wider context. First, as language teacher, the use of regional dialects in the classroom enhances inclusivity, students' engagement, language development, cultural appreciation, and communication skills, while also strengthening the connection between students' linguistic identities and standard language. And second, as language student, the use of regional dialects in the classroom helps language students feel more included, improves their engagement, supports language development, fosters cultural appreciation, and strengthens their ability to switch between their own dialect and standard language effectively. And the third, as wider context. In wider context social, using regional dialects in the classroom promotes linguistic diversity, reduces language-based prejudice, fosters social cohesion, and prepares students for communication in multicultural society that values diverse linguistic backgrounds. Alright, the conclusion is incorporating regional dialects in the classroom enhances inclusivity, validates students' identities, and boosts engagement. This approach fosters better communication, language development, and cultural appreciation, creating a supportive learning environment that helps students navigate a diverse world. So, here are the references. Maybe that's all from us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.